Hello and welcome to Initiating Insight with Sibongile. If you've missed our previous installments, the program together with Soweto TV have embarked on a communications journey with the Gauteng Department of Social Development in the quest to learn and understand their systems and processes in as far as the services they render to millions of South Africans. And today we are speaking about foster care, and to do that we are joined by Miss Rachel Rambasa to tackle this more.
Thank you, Sibongile.
What is foster care?
Foster care is one of the alternatives, so the children that are orphan and vulnerable in the community, where we find alternative families to take care of these children in a family setting.
What is your role in this department, your foster care, or in this service?
I am a social work supervisor. Then I supervise social workers that are rendering foster care services to ensure that children they are placed in the suitable families, and those children, their needs are well taken care of within the families. Then social workers, they need to do your foster care awareness, then screen foster parents, take the matters to court where the presiding officer need to issue an order to place the child in a foster care because it's a legal placement.
Okay, so you facilitate all those services that are provided. Are those the only services provided to the sector?
No.
Going to court, looking after children, what sort of programs do you run so that we understand better what you're saying? So let's say, how do you find a candidate to foster? First of all, I suppose we should start there.
In most cases, we do foster care awareness in the communities, in the schools, in the churches, because all children that are orphaned, they need to be placed in an alternative care with somebody, because all children must be supervised by an adult. So we go out there, give information on foster care, who qualifies, and usually the clients comes in our offices to apply to be foster parents. Or sometimes cases come as referral from the schools that saying this is child one who doesn't have parents. Sometimes it's your youth-headed households where mostly the community will refer those cases to our offices.
So how often do you do these programs?
Awareness programs are run throughout the year.
Every day?
Not every day.
Yeah,
because
but I mean,
definitely it can't be every day. Then
yeah.
When we couple them with other programs, we have your parenting programs, you have your family preservation programs. We couple them because they are part of family programs. So as we render any service, when we have communities, it's one of the services that we market mostly because we have a number of children that doesn't have parents. And some children are abused by their own parents in their homes. So therefore, they need an alternative care where they can be provided with care and love.
I'm asking the time frame as to how often you do that, because perhaps somebody at home is thinking, Mina, I've never seen this program in my school, and perhaps they also want you to come there. So when can they expect you to get there? Is it on a monthly basis, bi-monthly, quarterly, or
it's not?
Or it's just random?
It's random because most people now, they are much aware of foster care. So hence I'm saying when we do other programs, we also give information on foster care issues.
What other programs do you do?
We do parenting programs to empower parents to be better parents. As you can see nowadays, we have younger parents that they need to know how to do their best in raising their children.
I'm curious when you say we empower parents to be better parents. So you have formulas on how parenting should be? Oh,
they're not really formulas,
okay,
but there are things that people shouldn't do. And I think one of the things that we know now in South Africa, you can see the substance abuse is very high, more especially in your informal settlement. And sometimes people go out for booze and forget about their children. So we empower them in saying, if you want to do that, you can find your neighbor to look after your children.
Oh, we're encouraging the element of responsibility.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
Because we have children that have been burnt in the shacks while parents went out. And also taking the little money that they have, ensuring that their children have food, their children are in school, as much as we know that now education is free in South Africa.
I want us to talk about, you mentioned child-run households.
Yes.
How do you identify those?
Mostly then they are referred because we work...
By whom?
We work with communities, we work with churches, we work with every member of the community has the responsibility to report something that is unusual in their community. So if you are a neighbor of a youth-headed household or a child-headed household, I believe it's your responsibility to notify the department or this designated child protection organization in your area about those children, because they all need parenting as well.
Do you get a lot of these reports though?
With child-headed household, they're not much.
Even overall foster care itself?
Yes, foster care is one of the program that has a lot of beneficiaries in our communities. Where I'm working, it's one of the, even when it comes to staffing, we have a number of social workers that are dealing with this program because the problem is it's a bit bigger.
Okay. All right, we'll be back just now. We need to take a break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Initiating Insight with Sibongile. Today we are talking about a foster care program, and we are still joined by Miss Rachel Rambasa, and now we are also joined by Usinovuyo Shoba. Right? Usinovuyo Shoba is one of the beneficiaries of the foster care program. Before we went on a break, we did say that we were going to continue speaking about this some more and talk some more about the child-headed homes. You said that particular aspect of the program is not exposed. Why do you think that is?
It's not necessarily not exposed, but it's just that we have fewer child-headed household, as in, you know, in African culture, your child is my child. So usually most of the beneficiaries or the caregivers is the grandparents of the children. So, but however, because Gauteng is the economic hub for South Africa, you have parents who comes with their children in Gauteng, and then at sometimes they never go back with those children, then they passes on in Gauteng, therefore we'll have children that are taking care of each other.
Or as a result of the travel that occurred?
Yes.
And so are you not able to find relatives of these children perhaps?
Some we will manage to trace the parents, because if we don't know, then we can do the adverts in the newspapers or try to locate the parents' friends that then can give you some information as to where exactly they come from. And then on that note, then we'll liaise with the social development in the other province to try and locate those other family members, and then reunite those children with their family members on the other side.
So you're saying we don't really have as many child-headed families as we think we did?
I don't think so. In my experience where I'm working, most of the foster care that we have placement is with the aunts, grandparents, within the families.
Okay, but it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is a good thing.
Sinovuyo Sisi, kasixelele, how have you benefited from the department and the program?
Well, I have like firstly the social grant.
Uxolo sithando sam, mhlambe siqale sibuza apho ba ufike kanjani?
Ndifike kanjani ithe kushona umama, like when my mother passed away, and then ndanakekelwa ngugogo wam. Besihle sihlala naye ugogo kodwa well ithe umama edlula emhlabeni, and sanakekelwa ngugogo, and then that's how ndiye ndafumana like the social grant and stuff. Uye wa-apply for a social grant.
Okay. So Gogo had to stand up and do something to get the help that she felt she needed with you. Okay, and what has the department done for you?
Well, get social grant, financially ndiwazi uba at least ngaloo mali leyo ndiye esikolweni, like ndiye esikolweni, and then ndifumana ukudla xa ndilala, into ezinjalo, you know, the basic needs that a child needs. And then futhi baba ama social workers ayeza nasendlini and they see progress yam, and then through that nam ndiyakwazi uba ndithethe nabo xa ndinengxaki, and yeah incede kakhulu loo nto leyo.
Excuse the stereotype, because I probably fall short of, let me see, intelligence around that space, in the sense that, in other words, I mean, I thought that foster care would mean that you take somebody and you go and stay with them somewhere. And usinovuyo apha ngoku uyasixelela uba yena uhlala ekhaya. I mean, I would have thought that uhlala mhlambe somewhere else. So
on that case, we have children that like Usnovio's case, mother passed away, then the grandmother is at home, so the grandmother is the one taking care of Usnovuyo. But we have cases where children are removed from their maybe parental care, and then they are placed with somebody. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you must be removed from where you stay.
Yeah.
We prefer that children stay with the people that they are familiar with, people that they grow with, people that they will understand them. Because sometimes when you remove a child, you might find now she speaks closer. You find a Venda-speaking family, it will be difficult for her to integrate in that family. So it's best if they can remain in their community, in their families as well.
Imagine that is closer than his friend. Okay, let's stop nonsense. How has it changed your life, Lavi?
Wow. Sinoku attend ama life skills programs, like I enjoy the social development thing. So ngawo siyafundisa.
So it's not just about food and making sure
not really.
you have clothes on your back. It's more than that.
It's more than that. And apho bayasifundisa about the importance of education and how to become a better person. Nangoku like the head girl esikolweni. And I think
Nice,
it's a
well
result
done.
of that. Ukuthi ndikwazile uba okay ndibona uba okay this is how I should be. And nasesikolweni bayibonile loo nto leyo, and they were able uba bandikhethe as a head girl and other things as well. As I mentioned, because we do need someone to talk to. So yeah, that is how it has changed my life. Yeah.
So at least you have a bigger family. Ayingomakhulu
Cha, yeah.
othetha naye. Mhlambe zikhona ezinye izinto ongakwazi uthetha nomakhulu.
And then
Ufumana uba uyadinga uba uthethe nomuntu ozo-understanda. That's powerful. I love the fact that it's not just about, you know, the basic needs. It goes beyond just the basic need, particularly skills development. It's very important, especially for our country. Eh?
Yes, definitely, because if you can check, like I indicated, most of our foster parents are your grandparents. And then with grandparents, you can see already there's an issue of age gaps. So the challenges when they grow up is not the challenges today. Hence, the social worker plays a vital role in empowering these young children as to how to deal with today's challenges.
We'll talk about the challenges for another day between the generational gaps, because I hold a different view, but yeah, you know me. Before we went on a break, you told us about the programs. One that I want us to talk about is the family preservation. And you spoke to us about the program where you instill responsibility on parents, or on, yes.
Yes.
That's, how do you call that program, Gonje?
Parenting skills program.
Parenting skills it is. Excuse me, it's parenting skills. And now I want us to talk about family preservation. What is family preservation? It's like preserving food, or there's an ingredient to preserve.
Yeah, a different ingredients. It's not in a chemical way.
Okay. Yeah.
Then with family preservation, we want families to remain united, caring, because if we cannot take care of each other as family members, we will not be able to take care of our children.
Okay. We need a break. I'm sorry to cut you there. We'll continue this after the break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Initiating Insight with Sibongile. We are talking foster care today, and we are still with Ms. Rambasa and Ms. Shloba. And before we went on a break, Rachel was talking to us about family preservation. We were cut off because we had to go and pay the bills, my darling. Please continue.
With family preservation, it's a program where we focuses on families, for them to stay together, reunited, enforcing unity, taking care of each other. For in case like this, when maybe one passes away, therefore the other family member can be able to take care of these children. Therefore, it will not be like we're taking children to strangers. It's easier for them to be integrated with family members because they know each other, they know what they like, they know what they don't like, which make it is very easy for both of them, the parents and the children.
How is that going? Because I can, as much as we are families, we all have family dynamics. And you do find that other families, decide ukuhamba yena, so it's not our responsibility. So how do you find the response of families?
It differs with families,
yeah.
like you indicating. There are families that they don't have that kind of ubuntu, they don't care about each other, hence sometimes we'll be forced as social workers to place these children with in a non-related foster care placement.
Yeah.
At least when they can get love and care. Because we have children that are placed with some strangers, if one can use the name. But however, the people that are prepared to be parents to these children, who are willing to go an extra mile to these children.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, once they've gotten to know each other, then
yes,
the strange element goes away because now they become a family.
Definitely.
Head girl, what does that entail exactly?
Well, it's all about representing the RCLs, the Representative Council of Learners, which represent the learners. So overall, represent the learners, make sure that it is dingo zabantwana, like ziyavakala to imistress and abantwana, well, imistress and the principal. And yeah, it's all about protecting, if I could use that word, the rights of the learners and stuff. And yeah.
That's quite a responsibility.
Yeah, it is. For a grade 12 learner, it is.
Wow. Okay, so what advice can you give to our viewers, those who feel they need the service but they don't know where to begin or how to go about?
Well, firstly is find someone who can help you. Like, yeah, find someone who can help you. Make sure that you know where to go. Even if you don't know, try to find information. Where should I go from here? What should I do? And who should I talk to?
Is it difficult, Rachel, to find this information?
I don't think it's difficult because we work with your ward councillors. Most people in the community, they are aware, even if they can go to your police station, the nearest police station,
Okay.
they can link them with the nearest social development office or the designated child protection organization in the area.
What sort of problems do you come across in as far as this foster care program is concerned?
Mostly we have challenges with documentations because we have parents who never
With what?
registered documentations.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Parents who never registered their children. And therefore, because as I indicated that it's a legal placement, then when we go to court, you will need the birth certificate of the child, you will need the death certificate of the parents. And then if those are not available, it takes a longer period to finalize such cases because we need to start with the Department of Home Affairs to apply. And with the law now that children must be registered within 30 days. If a child is 15, it's a late registration. Sure. You need to do a lot of things. You need to go to Department of Health for maternity certificate, prove beyond reasonable doubt that this is a South African child and that the late mother is indeed the mother of this child.
Sure, you have a huge responsibility on your shoulders.
Yes, when there are no documentation, it becomes longer.
But does it ever become a success or no documentation, no help?
At the end of the day, it becomes right. It's just that it will take longer than when a child has all the documentation and all the necessary documents are available.
Yeah. You told us about the sectors that you look after, about 2 of them. Do you know how many children are you looking after?
More than 1,000 in the 2 sectors because I deal with Mohlaking area and as well as Bekesdal area. It's more than 1,000.
Where Snowy is coming from?
Yes.
Okay. So Have you worked with her?
She's one of the beneficiaries under my span of control. I work with social workers. Social workers works with her.
Okay, so, okay, that's fine. What is it that you want to say to the members of the public to make sure, Uguti, they make your life easy? Because sometimes I'm asking this question because sometimes we take it for granted that because they're providing a service, then we must rock up there and expect miracles. What are sort of things that you want to communicate to us so that we make your work easier?
Every beneficiary must be willing to help us because we're not magicians. This is a partnership. In this kind of program, we need partnership between ourselves and the public. As when they apply, they need to bring us certain documents. If we inform to bring certain documents, bring them on time and cooperate. If you have an appointment with your social worker on a specific date, make sure that you honor that. Because sometimes also the foster parents, maybe I think because they're desperate, they want help, they tend not to tell the truth sometimes. Because mostly in South Africa, we have children who have mothers and not have fathers. And that is not the truth. So if you know where the father of the child is, rather discuss that with the social worker, and unlike saying you don't know the father, because also that is another a stumbling block. We need to advertise for that father that we don't know. Whom, and we still have to wait for a certain period before we can take the matter before the presiding officer. So if you know, maybe he's not providing, rather inform the social workers, because that doesn't mean that child doesn't qualify. That child can qualify, and also we can also recommend for a contribution order. Then the court can issue a contribution order for that parent. And also we need to look in ahead. That child doesn't need to look at herself or himself as a rejected child if the father is there. We need also to help this child to have a relationship with the father. Who knows? Tomorrow it might be you who passes away and only the father remains.
All right, Ms. Rachel, unfortunately we've run out of time. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Snovuyo. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. If you need contact details, they will be on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take good care.